Some of you may or may not know that I live in Germany and still go to high school, ninth grade. I don't know how common it is, but in our school we have to choose a subject that we then present to the whole class, which is graded like a regular test. That's called a GFS. This year in computer science we finally started coding, which I don't know, feels kinda late, but it is what it is. Instead of Python, Java, or C# or something, we studied processing. If you're anything like me, and probably 99% of programmers, you do not know what I'm talking about. Processing is best described like a child of C# and Java, with very little Python sprinkled onto it. It's technically based on Java, but from the looks, it's got little in common with it. But it's pretty simple for beginners, which is kind of the point. Alright, I'm getting off track. I saw this as an opportunity to make a game. And a video. So this video is all about learning a new programming language and messing around with it. I started off on my school iPad during school lessons. See, I'm a lazy guy and I didn't want to spend my free time on this at first. My teacher might be watching this, so I'm sorry about that. But because of technical difficulties, so I start typing and it just goes to shit. I transitioned over to my laptop. This video is a little different from my previous ones. It'll be mostly just fun clips of me coding with occasional explaining. And right off the bat, I started with problems, so enjoy. So this package took like a minute to download. Just so you know, my internet speed. Yeah, so uploading videos takes a while. Wait, how do I do this? What extension is this? Like, you know, if you create a file, you have like file.py for Python or .jar for Java, and what is this? Help! And so I paste it, and I remove this because this is an intentional error, and everything's broken. Maybe I just remove the whole thing. Oh, good. Did I forget thing? Oh, it actually fixed it. Why is it giving me an error for this? This isn't okay on my iPad. What? That's.pve. I insert this, and this just doesn't work. Okay, this made everything worse. Wait, no. Oh wait, no. It's a different. Okay. I fixed it. Giving me an error because this exists, and it's not supposed to give me an error because this exists. So this guy's talking about the collision. I used this tutorial. This is a good tutorial, by the way. This is basically how I did the collision, so I'm gonna explain it afterwards, probably. Wait, app.java? Oh crap, is it supposed to be .java? .java. And I insert this code. Okay, we're getting no errors whatsoever. What is this? Okay. Okay, my everything just broke. Okay, nice. Oh, wait. I have to remove the print. Maybe that's the problem. No? Okay. Class app extends p applet. Will it work now? No? Okay, well, yeah, okay. Wait, 9 error. What? What did I do? So it does have to be like .pd? Wait, so now I just type boolean instead of bool. Okay. Why is this okay? Why is this okay and... Okay, whatever. Oh god. What am I doing? Oh, I have processing installed. Even if I take the original code, it's gonna work on here. Let's say print 1. What? Dude, it totally works on my iPad. What the hell? Oh, dude, I'm not getting paid enough for this. Wait, what? What did I just do? I have only one error on line 50. Oh, no. Oh, no, not this again. So the thing is, the app on the iPad that is called Processing is apparently the same processing, but also apparently not, because it doesn't work anywhere else. Please, speed, I need this. maybe it's not, but I tried this. Public. Illegal modifier? Am I breaking the law right now? I don't wanna freaking keep making this video for 6 months. That would be funny, right? Ha ha ha. Surely he hasn't done that yet, right? Right? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna call it for today. Okay, so whenever you play a game and walk into something, you stop. That's because your game knows that there is something in front of you, and it shouldn't let you walk further. Same applies to triggers, for cutscenes for example. You walk over an area in the game, and something happens. In game engines like Unity, Godot, or Unreal Engine, this is integrated, but not in processing. But it's surprisingly easy to do, thanks to this real nice tutorial that explained it all. Basically, this is the code for it. If you take 2 squares, they all have coordinates. The left edge is on the x coordinate, right edge on the x plus w coordinate, since we have to add the width. All we have to do is check when they are not colliding. Take this example. The left edge of this square is further on the right than the right edge of this square. If we apply the coordinates, this x is more on the right than this x plus w. So this x is bigger than this x plus w, which makes it impossible for these cubes to collide. Do that kind of math for left, right, top and bottom, and there's your collision detection. If any of these collisions are true, they cannot touch, otherwise they are definitely touching. But important to note that this only works on cubes. I haven't tried this on anything else. Okay, so I think it works now? Oh dude, I cannot move. Okay, nice. So this is the game, but okay. Yeah, okay. I have no idea why the movement isn't working now. But basically, the problem was... So, you know, there used to be these things. I don't know what they're called. So, I used these things instead of the double these things. This is char. This takes the signal. But all the strings apparently have to have the double thingies. This was not an issue on the iPad, and now it suddenly is, so that's great. And also, on the iPad, the bool wasn't an issue, but you need boolean. Bool is what everyone agreed what should be used, and they're just, nah, we're gonna use boolean, baby. Oh wait, I didn't do shit, did I? -1 HP, baby. Let's go. So, what's up with that? Wait, the time isn't going. What? So, DD. Oh, wait, it's not being removed. But eventually, I got it working. Equals. Compare 2 strings to see if they're this. Oh, this is actually really good. Is this gonna work? Oh, wait, this. I could move. I could move. Okay. Oh, I was still using remnants of this function. That's why this might not have been working. Please, I'd love it to work. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is huge. Yes. This is the game that I made in a span of like 2 weeks, maybe. Basically, programming at school. I did not do any of this at home. I was just sometimes bored in lessons and pulled up my iPad. Most teachers didn't seem to care. My HP doesn't drain because I deleted the lose function. Fun game. Not very fun yet, but anyway. I showed my history teacher, like, this game, you know, check it out, I made a game. So my history teacher is a big AI guy. Like, he teaches us AI, he wants us to use AI. And he was like, oh cool, you wipe coded it, right? I was like, no. What do you mean? Like, huh? I didn't wipe code it, I did it myself. Wait, what? Yeah, I don't wipe code. No way, show me the code. He's like, and this is like the stuff that the AI made, right? Like, the AI wrote it. I was like, no, I actually did this myself. He was like, what? So, the processing code editor kinda sucks. You already saw this flashbang of a program, and do you know why I just didn't set it to dark? Because there is no dark mode.
I then went on to rant about not having dark mode in processing, which is not true. You can change it, I just didn't know about it. I then also said that processing doesn't format the code for you, which is only true on the iPad version, which no one should use anyway. I was right about a few things though. The editor doesn't autocomplete brackets, doesn't autocorrect what you type, and doesn't auto-suggest what to type next, which many code editors do, like VS Code. Which is a fair point. My main criticism is this.
And oh, the main problems of processing. Let me make a bug. Oh no! I have a problem on this line because I'm using a function that doesn't exist. You know what processing tells you? Go freak yourself. You know why? Because you gotta pay a subscription to be able to see what's wrong with your code. Like, it doesn't tell you shit. It just says bug detected. Wanna know what bug? Pay money.
Originally, I was very angry at this, but honestly, just don't use the iPad version. Period. That being said, processing is not all innocent here, and we shouldn't be seeing essential features being locked away behind a paywall, in a half-baked code editor especially. Do better.
At first, I had no idea what game to make. There is a lot of options, and I hadn't been familiar with the capabilities of processing at first. This is gonna be a school project, and so my teacher was like, okay, you don't have to do anything hard. Like, I'm gonna send you some Pac-Man stuff that you can use for this project. You don't have to do it yourself. I didn't even look at the, like, material that she sent me. I was like, I'm gonna freestyle. And, I freestyled. My informatics teacher is really chill. She is a very cool teacher. I appreciate her so much. And so, she's okay with me doing whatever as long as it's, like, in processing. And so, I asked a friend what I'm supposed to make. Like, I didn't have any game ideas. And he said, make something similar to Chica's Feeding Frenzy. And I kinda liked the idea. This is nothing like Chica's Feeding Frenzy, but like, the Chica Feeding Frenzy brought me to this idea. I probably blabbered so much, nothing is gonna be in the video. This game is garbage. Just squares flying from one direction to another is pretty boring and way too hard. So I came up with an idea, which had some challenges. Like, this is my plan. So in Chica's Feeding Frenzy, as far as I remember, you have health, and there's waves that come by, like, every X seconds. And there's enemies that go a bit towards you and then stop, and they shoot at you. Guess I make 10-second waves. God, this is awesome. This is not hard math. And yet, oh my god, this is sick. Oh dude, like, the enemies are going towards me. They are actively, like, going to me. That's sick. And now we add the distance. Oh. Okay, well, they didn't all stop. So I am gonna get a shitload of enemies. Watch. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is actually insane. Oh, this is so satisfying though. Oh, I gotta say. So, how do I do stuff? Also, I have like the darken extension and it breaks this animation, because usually it is like this, and they have eyes. Sorry for the flashbang, guys. That probably wasn't very nice of me. Whatever. So, enemies shouldn't damage me anymore. So if I collide with a bullet, then I'm gonna lose HP. If you played this game long enough, I think that your RAM would kind of overflow and eventually your computer would crash. Pretty interesting, considering the RAM prices right now. Huh? Oh, it takes in. So they're stopping. They stop. I saw something happen. Okay. The game froze. Oh crap. They stopped. Boop. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Oh, that's not how bullets work. Okay. Okay. This seems to work perfectly. The most important thing when shorting your code is not doing it for the sake of shorting the code so that you have less lines, but rather you having a balance between small amount of lines and actually making them readable. Like, I want it to come a really close distance. I think it doesn't like the thing. Okay. How the frick? Oh, wait, I get it. Man. Okay. This is getting interesting. Eventually, I thought that I could add another type of enemy. The one that just follows you pretty quickly. Pretty standard, but it's cooler than only having long-range enemies in the game, and it adds some variation as well. Now the game is really shaping up. Okay, so far the player can only dodge endless enemies that just spawn in waves. But to progress, it's finally time to fight back. But it turns out that fighting back isn't that easy. Unfunded. Ugh. So, the game is pretty good in my opinion, but it needs some more gameplay, I think. Like, it looks very unfinished. I'm just gonna... Oop. If you didn't know, it's like control slash, I think. I think like that's pretty clean. And maybe make the player's bullets a bit faster. So, it would be actually pretty cool to have a melee weapon, and then you kinda defeat a boss, get a long range weapon, and your long range weapon has a limited ammo. And you get the ammo by killing these guys, like these red guys. Dude, imagine I add like the Chica's feeding frenzy. Also lacks sprites. I'm gonna add sprites. Oh! Clutch. Oh! No. No. Where? Not like this. Holy! Oh, clutch! Holy clutch. No! Oh my god, this is tense. How do I make the animation? The game is cool and all, but I needed something hard. Something interesting. My Mushroom Mash game also has a boss. I don't like him very much, but he's got a cool mechanic. Shooting fireballs all around him. I thought that this would fit perfectly to this game, but the math is hard. Every 10 seconds we're gonna get a wave. That on 10 waves, you get the boss. Once he spawns, I'm gonna tell him to move like exactly this code. He's gonna be big and then continuously shoot fireballs. I'm thinking I won't add melee, but I don't know. 255. And that guy is gonna be chonk AF. Let's say we're at wave 9. The function, the thing in draw calls the new wave function. We are at wave 10. And so we add the boss and return. That's it. Okay, I'm gonna copy paste it. Alright, frick it. Okay, boss. And the game. Oh god, the game crashed. It's gonna crash. It didn't crash yet. But it is freaking broken. Did I normalize? Oh my god, I didn't normalize the direction. It just keeps going. It's mostly good. Interesting. I was sitting at this boss logic for hours and couldn't get it working. You need to use sinus and cosinus, which took me quite a while to remember that those exist. I did some off-camera coding and thinking, and there I am. Hey dude, this is kind of an emergency, so I was sitting around, and I just remembered that we studied sinus and cosinus in school like a few months back, and I remembered, I'm gonna probably put on a screenshot of that topic that we wrote. I have an idea how I could make the boss work. So what if I cosinus angle and sinus Angle. I have no idea what's gonna happen, but let's see. Oh my god. Oh my freaking god. Oh my god, it works. Oh my god, I cannot believe this. Oh, my god. I'm gonna text my teacher. I'm gonna tell him he's the goat. Like, for real. Oh, I randomly just remembered this one sheet. I thought it looked similar to the angles. Oh my god. I feel so Sigma, but I feel dumb at the same time. I wanna make this game endless, but it get progressively harder. So far it's just been a boss every 10th wave, but I made it more interesting. Every wave you get 3 enemies, but the enemy cap increases every 4 waves. That means on the 2nd wave you're gonna have 3 enemies, on the 5th wave 4 enemies, and on the 16th wave 7 enemies. The wave time also increases by 2.5 seconds after every boss because the game would get too hard too quickly. The boss also gets harder each time. More bullets and less time, and the 40th wave is next to UCN 5020 mode. But similar to Chica's feeding frenzy, I wanted the boss to change colors. Poor guy didn't know that it's gonna take multiple hours and half his sanity. Since this is a game about surviving, it would make a lot of sense to add some sort of saving system, and that's where I have to give processing credit. It was pretty painless and easy using a .json file. .json is used in a lot of games, but can be easily edited in the notepad, so it's not ideal, but good enough for my school project. Next is some user interface changes. Won't go much into detail, just added a line on top with all the stats you would need, and that's it. Aside from that, I also added a font. Following that, a small balance improvement. I didn't want the game just to be spam mouse to win, so a mouse cooldown was added, which was also pretty painless. And to top it off, after killing the boss you can pick up a 2 HP heal every time so that the game has actual rewards for living a long time. This also allows for some pretty good high scores. And with that, I was ready. The game was done and I kinda put it aside and focused on other stuff. In early July, I started my presentation on my iPad and the teacher approved it. I added some Subway Surfers gameplay since I thought that the presentation could be boring and maybe confusing since the others weren't as far as I was. This is what the presentation looked like. 12 slides and mostly went over the topics of collisions, general stuff about the game, and object-oriented programming, which I won't go over in this video. Also gave the students about 20 minutes to play, which is nice I guess. The presentation was good, and Friday the 19th was my go time. Nothing could possibly go wrong. So our city and our school organized an event where anyone who wanted could go biking for the whole day instead of going to school. Basically, half the class was gone, but that's fine, right? Well, before I started the presentation, my friends were supposed to show up to the class as well, but had to help out at a different school event. Mid-presentation, they just burst in, which was okay, but still. And worst of all, I wanted to record the presentation on my phone for this video, and I just forgot. By the way, I also made a challenge. Whoever gets the highest score gets some sweets. And then I look over some guy's monitor and see 1000 score with 30 seconds in the game. I have no idea how I forgot that people can edit the code, but I'm happy to say that they didn't pretend they legit got those high scores. Some things have gone wrong that day, but honestly it wasn't that bad at all. The class played my game and they really liked it. The biggest critique point was me talking too quickly and the game not being full screen, which caused people to tab out if the mouse was outside of the game. Which, fair enough. But they really liked the presentation and the game, so I'm ultimately really happy, especially since the teacher gave me the highest grade possible. A 1, which is the best in Germany. She said that everything was perfect, except for me talking too quickly and maybe not explaining stuff that clearly. So that's it guys, thank you for watching the video. I will be posting the files for this game on GitHub for anyone to play. But be aware that you will have to download the processing code editor for this to work. I would love to hear your opinion on this video format. This video was much easier to edit than the FNAF one, since there is way less to cut and say. I have a lot of class tests as of recording this, but if you're watching this video right now, it means that they are finally over and I can continue to work on some cool stuff. Thank you guys so much for the support that I've received, even though the channel doesn't get many videos. Alright, see ya!